welcome back to my channel, Welshman Reviews. I'm Gareth, and today I'm going to do my review for Monkey Man. So this is Dev Patel's directional debut. It is. You might know him from, if you're from Britain, he was in Skin, Slumdog Millionaire. He also did The Green King not that long ago as well. It is. This is produced by Jordan Peele's company, Monkey Paw Productions. It was going to be a Netflix-produced show, if I read right. It is, but because one of the main characters in this is closely based or loosely based off a figure in India, they decided to not upset India for obviously purposes of distribution, etc. So yeah, Monkey Paw Productions and Universal picked up the rights and produced and put out this movie. So it does star Dev Patel as Kid. You never know his name throughout the thing. He does call himself Bobby at one stage. Sholto Copley, I think I said his name right. He plays Tiger, who's like a underground promoter for fights, where we meet the Kid. It is. You know him from District 9, A-Team, etc., stuff like that. A couple of the other main ones then is Peter Bash, who plays Alfonso, who is like how the Kid kind of gets in when we talk about the story now, how he gets in where he needs to go. Cicada Kurt, who's Chief Rana, who's one of the main antagonists of the movie. A few others in this as well. It is. So this is loosely based off a Hindu god or demigod, I think they call it. It is who is called Hanuman, who is like a monkey-faced demigod. It is, who gets struck down, I think, by the gods for doing something like eating the sun, and then builds his way by. And he takes, I've read other things as well, like he takes on the demons as well in the story and that. So kind of this movie is kind of based off, loosely based off that, where for things. So a little bit about the story is the best way I can describe it is it kind of splits into three movies. When you watch the trailer, you think this is going to be a full-on John Wick style movie, which it does become in the third act. The first two acts are kind of not. So this is a pretty simple revenge story. It is about the Kid, Dev Patel's character, wanting to get revenge on the main police chief who murdered his mother and burnt down his village. That one of the main like religious figures or something from the movie, played by Makarand Deshpada, Bada Shakti, I think is the thing. He's like the main guy who like takes over these lands for holy purposes, or holy lands he calls them. So years ago when he was a kid, he saw that happen. So he's kind of building his way up to get his revenge. So he's not rich or anything. He's got his burnt hands and all that he uses as an excuse, saying he can clean things. So he does get into this company where most of these people work or hang out, it is, and gets a low-level job from this woman called Queenie. It is he orchestrates stealing her purse and then returning it to get a low-level job. And that's when he meets Pitosh Bash, or Alfonso, in the movie. And he kind of builds his way up, and he becomes a little bit of, he befriends him. It is, he takes him to the underground fights that he goes to, known as Monkey Man, and that he wears a monkey mask. Kind of throws all his fights, I think, mainly in this movie. It is. And then by the time he actually botches his first attempt of killing the main guy, or the Chief Rana, we get to the second point of when he nearly dies. He gets healed and taken to this temple by the trans community of that city. So we get a middle part of the movie then where kind of he's healing back up, he is, and getting his fighting spirit back. But you got one of the main guys there is Zaki Husan, Tabla Maestro in oh no, it's not him actually. Can't find the character right now, unfortunately. It is, but he kind of tries to give him more of a purpose of why he's doing it, instead of doing it for revenge or thing, but have a purpose of why he does it. Because it is pretty much, this movie does well for really showing the gulf between the very rich and the powerful and the people who live on the streets. It is. There is a good scene of when he's getting chased by the police, and he's running through pretty much a whorehouse at the end of the day. And yeah, it's really good to shows the upper class and the lower class of that city. It is. And then when we get to the third act, then it is pretty much a John Wick style movie there, where you just full on action, kills, brilliant kills, etc. And then to his main goal of the movie, where he needs to get. It is. So pretty much a simple thing. I don't know whether I've done the story much justice in saying that, but there was one thing of the story where the first act and all that, a lot of shaky cam in it and that, and by the time we got to the end, it was more of a calmer, slicker camera movement. So I don't know whether I'm making a stretch for you on my claim of he's more of an amateur in the beginning of the movie, the way he's operating things in his fights and how he's doing it. That's why it's all shaky and you could barely see stuff, to where he's a bit more calmer and more collective, and that's why it's a more of a smoother camera angle more at the end. So I might be a big stretch there for that, but that's my take on that. Overall, it is a very good movie. I did enjoy it. It gets a little bit slow in the middle when they're doing the talking about, like, you get glimpses throughout the beginning of the movie of what happened to him when he was a kid, and when we get to the part of the temple with the temple and him healing, we get the full story then of why his village was taken and why his mother was murdered and things like that. So yeah, overall very good action scenes as well. Dev Patel did go through the ringer in this as well. He broke his hand, broke his foot as well, so he did do the majority of his own stunts. It is Shalto Copley, if I butchered that name, unfortunately. His character is very good in it as well. He's not in it much, but he's very charismatic, and thing is the underground announcer or organizer of the underground fights. It is the majority of the best fights probably come towards the end of the movie, but you do get a couple of good brutal fights when he's the monkey man and in the underground thing. Some very nice brutal fights but there as well. A couple of nice funny parts of the movie as well, which is a nice little breakup of the action sometimes. One is when he's going to jump out of a window, and when he jumps into the window's too thick, so he just bounces off it. That's a funny one. They do a little joke with the John Wick as well. Not about the action and all that, but when he wants to go and get a gun, he goes and sees a guy, and the guy goes, "Oh, we do have some John Wick shit as well." So that was a nice little funny thing. But yeah, some of the comedy in there it's not in your face stupid comedy. It really takes you out of the movie. It's a nice little break from the action sometimes, where it's very violent and brutal, but yeah, you get a nice little laugh out of nowhere in that. So yeah, very good. Love the camera work and the cinematography of this movie. Really showed. I'm not too sure what the city was. I was going to say Mumbai, but I don't think it is. But yeah, some of the colours and that, I think this will really look good if they do a good 4K transfer in it. I think it'll look very good indeed. But yeah, the direction was very good. Dev Patel, his first time directing, and I think he done a stellar job on it as well. Some very good music as well, some of the Hindu, Indian music and all that in the background. And there is a big heavy metal soundtrack right at the end, with one of the big fight scenes when he's fighting multiple people as well, which really does pop for the movie as well. So yeah, a little bit slow in the middle and a little bit more character development maybe for a few others, because that Alfonso's in it for a bit, and then you don't see him pretty much for them for the rest of the movie. He does have a little camaraderie with one of the prostitutes of one of the big buildings, because there's a thing for prostitutes, but high level prostitutes. But you don't get a lot about that. They have a couple of conversations in that. They could have developed that a little bit better. But overall, definitely well worth a watch. It is very good on the big screen with the action scenes and the colours and that, and the cinematography. And I give this a very solid 7.5 out of 10, to be honest. And yeah, definitely one I can't wait to watch again. It is some very good kills in this as well, some very good action. Yes, a lot of CGI blood as usual, but you're going to get this from these type of movies, and that's probably just cheaper than using squibs all the time. It is, but not 7.5 out of 10. I think is a reasonable score for this movie, and yeah, that's my thing. Definitely worth it indeed. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below, and if you'd like to see more videos, I guess please subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you next time. Bye.